Hey guys, you're listening to the High Visibility Podcast with me, DJ Amber Rose, brought to you by Liverpool Music City. And I am here today with the amazing, the wonderful, the talented Sharan.
Hi guys.
How are we feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Are you excited to talk with me today?
I'm so excited.
Me too.
I can't wait to yap.
Girl, we do this all the time anyway. Only difference now is there's cameras on and
I'm sweating a little.
Are you sweating?
Just a little.
Do you know what? I feel like it's quite early in the morning here, guys. And I feel like I'm adjusting, but I'm doing it well. And we're here together. We're sweating together.
And it'll be fine.
It will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. We're going to have an amazing conversation.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
Okay. For the people who don't know who you are, then please, Sharan, can you tell the people who you are, what you do, what the vibe is?
I'm Sharan. I'm a DJ. I'm based in Liverpool. I'm originally from Leeds. I came to Liverpool about 3 years ago to work here. A lot of people think I was a student here, but I wasn't. I just came here to work. I got a job here. I'm a cardiac physiologist, so I work in the hospital. And and then in the last couple of years, I've just been DJing here, getting my name out, making a name for myself.
A big name for yourself.
Oh, stop. And I'm here today to chat about my journey and whatever you want to chat about.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this conversation. I feel like, so me and Sharan have been talking about like how we're both a little bit skeptical about speaking and DJing at the same time when it comes to radio and stuff. So we headed to a local grassroots radio station called Zavara Radio last week, and we did like not a practice run because we don't need to practice, you know, because we're already amazing at yapping.
Yeah.
But we did like a little, just like
a little warm up.
Yeah, a little warm up. We felt out the vibe, what our like common ground is, and I feel like it went really well. So today we're here to do that a little bit more
in depth.
Yeah, a little bit
Get
more
a bit deeper.
official. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of my first questions is for you. So obviously, what did you say you were at your job role? I don't want to get it wrong. What was it?
I'm a cardiac physiologist.
Cardiac physiologist. So what is that like, balancing that with, that is such a like intense job with DJing?
It is the hardest thing ever. I work full time. As soon as I finish work, I clock into my DJ work and I do everything that I need to do for the week ahead. Like, being a DJ is just more than playing tunes. It's your own accountant, your own promoter, your own
Manager.
Stylist, manager,
Content manager, like
social media.
It's a lifestyle. It's not just a job, guys. It's a lifestyle. We be waking up thinking about DJing, going to bed thinking about DJing, probably at work thinking about DJing.
Yeah. And the career I chose is such an intense career, and I definitely think I might have changed what I chose to do.
Right.
If I knew what would happen now, if that makes sense.
What do you think you would have done?
Something less intense, definitely. Like, it is hard. I work in a hospital and balancing it. I say yes to everything, which is something that I'm trying to not do. I need to learn how to say no. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the contrast is crazy. Like, doing something so, I don't know, it's not risky, but there's such a big responsibility there, and then doing something that's so fun and like heartfelt. Do you see yourself kind of going down one route or continuing to like do the two routes at the same time, or what do you see yourself doing?
I'm good at my job, and I love patients. I love helping people, and it's such a rewarding job, and it's amazing. And I love that I've come to Liverpool and I can really give back to the city in that way. But also I love DJing and I love music and I love this life I've created for myself outside of work. It's definitely like blown up in the last year, and I can see what the future looks like for me. So I can definitely see me like balancing both in a much more manageable way, maybe like less hospital, more music, but we'll see.
Yeah, I love that for you because I feel like it's such there's not enough credit that's given to people who are in the healthcare profession. Although there's just not enough because it's so taxing. There's so much of yourself that you're putting into that. So I feel like it's good to have something that you enjoy. You're able to kind of let your hair down on the weekend, you know? So we know who Sharan is during the week. She's a cardiac physiologist. And on the weekend, she is a DJ. And we spoke, when we met last week, we spoke and you said that you've been DJing since you were 15?
Yeah, about 14, 15, yeah. I learned that young through a charity called Getaway Girls. I'm a trustee for them now, so I've worked with them a long time. They're amazing. It's a charity in Leeds that helps young women 11 to 25 through all sorts of issues like domestic violence, bullying at school. If you turn up with bags at the door, like we'll find some refuge for you to stay. It's all about like empowering young women, creating opportunities for them, and really just creating a safe space for young women in Leeds. And I came to them when I was 14. They had a music group going on and I went along to it, didn't know what I wanted to do at all in terms of music. I haven't had a musical upbringing, unlike I know you have, which we'll get into.
So.
But, and I seen like some decks in the corner and I knew instantly that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to learn how to DJ from that. And then from then on, I had like some workshops, lessony kind of things with them through Getaway Girls. And then I just stuck at it and here I am.
Wow. That's such a wholesome backstory. Like, I feel like you are such a wholesome person, Sharan. Like, honestly, I've got to give you flowers. Like, every time I see you always doing something for somebody, you're always like doing something at grassroots level, community based. So yeah, and I think when your foundations are clean and wholesome, that can only like produce wholesome results and give you a wholesome journey. So yeah, keep going with that, man. That's such a beautiful story. I'm obsessed with it.
I just think community is the most important thing ever. Like, it's at the heart of every single thing I do as a DJ. It's just community. It's either workshops or it's just making space for young people or any people really to just have them opportunities to learn something new, to do what they want to do, to actually find themselves and have the space to do that in such a safe environment.
Yeah. No, it's super important. I think for me, like DJing and what made me love doing that is I think I've touched on this so many times, to be fair. Like I love to speak about it because I'm very passionate about the means of freedom and like escapism kind of thing. Although music and DJing should be used in a political way and a means of spreading awareness as well. I think, like, for me, community, the word community is often rooted in deprivation and a lack of something. And to be able to play music to a room full of people, not knowing where they've come from and what their story is, and that you just might be bringing a bit of joy to them that night in that moment, it's priceless, you know?
No, definitely.
And I think that feeling, like, you can really, like, that's I think that's the most addictive thing about DJing is when you see people just enjoying themselves and having fun, you know? But yeah, so Sharan,
yes,
what inspired you to become a DJ? Because you said you saw the decks in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
So what was it? Like, somebody could have looked at those decks and thought, I don't know what they are, and just moved on. But Sharan, you looked at these decks and you went, that's a bit of me. And what went through your mind?
At the time, I loved music. I was in high school. I was only 14. I just had my little BlackBerry and I used to just download music. I had so much Tubiddy. I was on Tubiddy. I had Tubiddy. And I just built this collection of music. It was all sorts of things like bassline, jacking house, like just proper oons tunes, right? And I just had so many, just didn't know what to do with them at all. But I loved sharing it with my friends. Like, I would send my friends like music and they'd send me music back. And I just thought, wait, what? I'm just collecting and collecting. I don't know what to do with it all. I had so many, like hundreds and hundreds of tracks. And I discovered a DJ called Hannah Once, and I was like, wow, she's a girl. She's a DJ. Like, this is insane. Like, it was the first like female DJ I'd ever seen before. And I was like, that is so cool. Like, I want to be like her. And then after I found Hannah Once, I found Annie Mac, who was a radio DJ at the time. Like, she still is. She's amazing, massive. I just thought, wow, there's actually like women DJs. Like, this is a thing. And obviously now it's increased so much.
So many.
So much.
We
like,
love to see it.
We love to see it. And I just thought, I want to be like that. And then that's where I, started DJing, because I wanted to just share my music, share my collection with the world, with whoever who was listening.
And may I say, what a beautiful collection it is.
Oh,
Sharan, every time I listen to you DJ, like, I feel like you're such an eclectic DJ, and your sound is so refined as well in the same breath. Like, it's so bouncy and fun, and you can just feel that energy.
Thank you.
It's okay.
So is yours.
I know.
Yours is so...
We're both
I know.
amazing. We're just incredible.
What's your thoughts on being like a multi-genre DJ?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I think. Thanks for asking me a question, by the way. I feel wanted.
I know. You are?
Yeah, multi-genre DJ. It's a lot. I think, like, where a DJ can a refined DJ, someone who plays like one specific style, can have, like, let's say, like, I've just recently reorganized my folder. Do you know? Oh my, Sharan.
Yeah.
You know when we was in Savara the other day?
Yeah.
So I've just completely reorganized my all my music. I had about 3,500 songs. And do you know why I'd done it?
Why?
Because of you, Sharan.
Stop.
Because I saw how organized your music was, and how you had the folders and all the playlists. And I spent about 6 hours on Sunday reorganizing everything. And I've like been practicing since with my new songs. Completely changed my life.
It's good, isn't it?
Completely changed the game, because exactly as I said, as a multi-genre DJ, somebody who's refined can have like let's say one genre. Let's say Amapiano. So how I organized my Amapiano folder the other day was all the anthems, right? All the high energy, like heavy bassy.
That's what I do.
All the heavy bassy, like sounds like this plate smashing together and all this, yeah. And then the less kind of active ones that are still like high energy.
I call them my chill tunes. I put them in the chill folder.
That's what I've done.
Like opening my warm up ones.
That's exactly what I've done. So I've got, and then underneath the active one, I've got chill active.
Yeah.
And then I've got chill, which is like kind of wavy ones. And then I've got like, you know, when Amapiano can be kind of like spiritual and immersive.
Yeah.
Then I've got them. So I'm just thinking, I've got 3,500 songs, all completely mad different genres. Imagine an Amapiano DJ that has like 2,000 songs, and they're just organizing them based on like these kind of subcategories.
Yeah.
And I just, you asked me a question, sorry, I'm waffling. What is it like being a multi-genre DJ? It is very intense, and it takes a lot of organization, and it takes a lot of focus and reading. Like when you get booked for things, because I can get booked to do an Afrobeat set, but I can also get booked to do a heavy grime garage set.
Yeah.
So it's like gauging how much of yours, like what chunk of your spectrum you can kind of pull out of your repertoire and feed back to the audience and kind of watch how they. But I think you can, like me anyway, I can be kind of dissociated and not really. It's difficult to kind of gauge what they're expecting of me because I'm so zoomed out. If you get what I mean? I'm very broad. What about you?
Well, yeah. So I think you want to do it justice as well. You want to do your set justice and your music collection. I won't say yes to things that I don't think I'm not good enough for. But if they wanted D&B in a jungle set, I'm going to say no, because I don't know that genre well enough to actually like do the event like justice and myself justice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I won't experiment in a set that I'm doing. I can start at my piano and end at like 150 like BPM.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I enjoy being a multi-genre DJ. I felt like at the start I was very restricting with myself and like, no, you need to just play garage and funky house. But now I'm like, no, I can do all sorts that I enjoy, and it's the music that I enjoy, the genres I enjoy now that I play.
Yeah, because the DJing at the end of the day is an expression. So
yeah.
I think something that I've noticed personally about you, even just from this conversation, don't overthink so much because you are actually amazing. So just I think step into the power that you actually have as a DJ and just run with it, because there is so much power. I think we underestimate how much control we have as we are a crowd controller. That's what we do, you know.
Like anyone can DJ, but not everyone can be a DJ.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Ratatouille.
Yeah.
That's my favourite film, you know.
I love Ratatouille. I really like Ratatouille.
It's the best film ever.
It's really good.
So not everyone can be a chef, but a good chef can come from anywhere. Yeah. What is it? Anyone can cook. Yeah. That's what Gusto says.
Gusto says
anyone can cook. And I live by that. Yeah. Really. I live by it.
I do. I think, you know, being a DJ it's about your personality. It's about like your morals and your ethics and everything and what you bring to like an event. It's not just about mixing one song into another. It's a whole like different thing.
No, you're taking the crowd on a journey.
Yeah. You're watching them and you're seeing what they want and responding to them and their needs. And like you said, do you play for yourself or do you play for the audience?
Yeah, so with DJing, I think I tap into playing for myself and playing for the audience, and I think it's easy to lose sight of what you want and what you enjoy, and the genres of music that like mean a lot to you and that you kind of grew with.
Yeah,
and feeling like, oh, I can't play that, they're not gonna want to hear it. But at the end of the day, like if you're performing and you're enjoying yourself and you're present in what you're doing, the crowd can feel that. Like I've noticed, like I haven't been DJing too long, a couple of years, but I've noticed so much how when I'm confident and I believe in what I'm doing and I believe in myself, the response from the crowd is really intense. Like it's just like, whoa, am I One Direction right now because these are all screaming? But I think there's also that the flip side of it where it's like I can't go to being a multi-genre DJ as well. This is exactly what I was saying, because if I feel like playing Afrobeats that day, but I'm booked for a garage set, there's like only so much freedom I have. So there is that, but there's also like kind of shrugging it off and knowing that I do love garage, and that day I just have to tap into garage amber, you know?
Yeah.
But so, right. How does your like South Asian heritage influence your sound?
I've definitely tapped into it a lot more in the last like year or so. I think the South Asian scene at the moment is bigger than what people think.
And growing.
It's growing, definitely. I've not really seen it much in Liverpool and the North. Well, there is. I know of people. It's definitely more down south, but it's there and it's growing, and I feel like I'm a part of it now, which is good. And yeah, I'm just glad that we're getting some recognition. It's empowering to actually play music from your childhood into sets and having like remixes and edits like of like traditional old Bollywood songs, and then like having it flipped into a garage edit. It's very freeing. It's very healing. It feels good, because being South Asian comes with a lot of challenges and a lot of pressure from family, and the culture and the community is very it can be uncomfortable, and you can feel like, oh, I can't do this. I can't be a DJ. I can't go into music. I can't be a producer. I can't go into acting. I can't do anything that's creative. I have to I have to go to university. I have to get a good job. I need to be a doctor. I need to be a lawyer. And you have that external pressure. And I was very lucky to have a family that's supportive of my music. But then I also felt that pressure to have a good job and work in a hospital. So I really, really, really am so proud of every South Asian DJ that I come across or I see that's taken it as a full-time job. And I've really taken that leap because I know the challenges that they face is like, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
So I just love the representation. It just makes me feel like, oh, wow, I can do that now.
Yeah.
Like they've done it, so I can do that.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think what you said about London, it's quite common that something starts in London and kind of spreads out. Like that's just kind of the way that the UK is. It starts in London and then it trickles down into the south and into the north, sorry. And I think, yeah, like we're seeing it grow and like when I see DJs like I Had a Dream and Artie and you and even like Gaia like representing the South Asian music and the instruments and like because there is such a big influence in like I'm a Piano Edit and Bala Funk, like there's such a crossover with South Asian music. And it's beautiful to listen to. It's very like immersive and spiritual. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I love it.
I love it as well. I actually love it. And I think like if that's you and that's what makes you happy to play, like keep doing it. As you can see, like the scene's growing in the music scene for South Asian DJs and artists and stuff. So just keep pushing that. I think like it's an amazing thing to be able to represent in a space like that.
Yeah.
But what you mentioned like challenges that you faced as a South Asian DJ. What challenges for you like personally rather than for the group itself? What about you personally?
I think we all get a bit of imposter syndrome now and then. I've definitely overcome that. Yeah, definitely just feeling not, oh, I shouldn't take this space because I'm not big enough yet. But it's like, no, I should. Like, I worked very hard to get here and I've done it all by myself. And I can support these big DJs and get that recognition.
100%.
And yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there is a growing kind of need for a space catered specifically towards South Asian music?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely spaces, but again, it's all in London.
It's very scarce. I feel like I don't know any.
I know there's like Daytimers dialed in.
That's the only one I know. I think dialed in.
There's an event called Jawani Forever, which is an event in London that they've asked me to play, and I love it. It's a Punjabi infused night, and they get local DJs. They got me from the north into this big London like warehouse the other month, and I just thought like it was just so nice to be like recognised, and they were like, "Yeah, we want you there."
Yeah.
And it was insane. It was huge. I think you've seen it on my Instagram. That
yeah, of course. I'm pretty on Instagram girl all the time.
But yeah, I'm so grateful for them for giving that opportunity to me and to get smaller DJs into these spaces, especially London, because it's such a competitive like space there, which I feel like Liverpool does not have whatsoever. Liverpool is the most open, community-led city. And it makes me I feel like I can thrive here and I can help others thrive here.
Yeah.
It's so welcoming. There's no competition between DJs at all. We're like so supportive of each other and what lineups we get on. And
you have to give each other a leg up, especially as women as well. Like
definitely.
Yeah, I think it's very important. But I think, do you know what as well? I feel like for every South Asian person that I know and the way that they speak about their community, I feel like that in itself is such a welcoming space. And like the way that I see you like supporting, like I Had a Dream, you're on a lineup with I Had a Dream in it and Artie and just to be able to complement each other and I, as you said with Liverpool, there being no like competition, and it's all, we're here together, stood together as one. And I feel like that kind of reflects in South Asian heritage and South Asian culture as well. There's such a community, like solidarity, kind of just magic almost around the culture. So how do you feel like that is affecting your journey and in the spaces that you're in?
I feel much more comfortable to play what I want to play and to take up space in that community. I just feel like I have that support now from people that look like me, that represent me and everything. And yeah, a huge shout out to Gaia, first of all. Like, when I came to Liverpool, I didn't know anyone at all. And I remember like it was like my first or second day, and I DM'd Gaia. I didn't know her. I just knew Girls Don't Sing, and they were like up and coming. And I was like, oh, they're from Liverpool, I'm pretty sure. And I just messaged her, and I was just like, it's my first day here. I really, really want to like get, to know, I just wanted to get to know people. And she was so welcoming, and she was like, oh yeah, definitely, like, you've got a friend in me, and I'll help you, I'll show you the way in like the music scene in Liverpool. And then ever since then, like, it's just such a supportive, it was just the start of like my journey here. Yeah. And it was definitely down to Gaia. And,
I love that.
Yeah, and Raf as well. Yeah. Bringing me into Chop Life, and yeah, I loved it. Your first set of Chop Life, it was, I just remember being like, who's this girl? Like, she's so amazing. And I said to Raf, I was like, she's sick. But yeah, Gaia's, she's good peeps, man. She's a very amazing. She's always willing to kind of, all of Girls Don't Sing, they're always willing to kind of give people a little push in the right direction. Definitely. To speak to the right people, Were there any like moments or like experiences for you that inspired you to fuse your like South Asian heritage and South Asian sounds with electronic music? Just seeing sets like Girls Don't Sing sets, and Gaia would drop like a proper well-known like Punjabi like song into it. I was just like, oh, we're doing this, like, and then seeing it become more of a pattern, and then seeing all the DJs get more confident in playing South Asian music. And then just myself discovering more and more edits and remixes of songs. I was just like, you know what? I actually really like this, and I'm actually going to play it. Like, and I think it's important as when we're like reading the crowd to not only play things that they like, but to show them new things as well, and to 100%. Show them new music, new genres, play stuff that they're familiar with, but then also a bit of a twist on it.
Push the boundaries, a bit. Yeah. I think that's so important. Like, that's how movement occurs. That's how motion happens in music. That's what we do. We take the music that we know, we love, that we hear, new stuff, old stuff, like fusion, and push it out. And that's our job as a DJ, is to be able to kind of turn the pages of the book of music, of life, and just keep it going. Me personally, I think there's so much strength in like playing what you love and what you feel like is home to you and what you feel like influenced you. I grew up with a lot of like reggae and kind of grime, and started listening to One Extra when I was about 13. And was just obsessed with rap and grime and all that. And I can see it. Like, I've always, How did it feel to get a One Extra set and like on the radio when you've grown up listening to One Extra? Kind of mad, I know. Kind of mad. Like, I remember when they asked me, and I was just like, are you sure? Like, me? Do you know what I mean? It was sick. Like, but it also felt so like, just like home. Do you know what I mean? Because I found this out as well. So One Extra was created the same year I was born. Yeah. So like, me and One Extra the same age. Get me? We're twins. Me and One Extra, we go way back. And I feel like it's just the kind of space it took in a commercial, not environment, but in a commercial on a commercial platform like radio. Radio up until like the 90s, I think, was just all like news and catered to mums and dads and aunties and uncles and like people who were over like 30, 40. And I think up until BBC One started playing more dancey stuff and started catering to a younger crowd.
Yeah.
After and through the pirate radio movement, there just had to be some sort of commercial space for Black music and for like music from minorities, like music that it was rebellious and anarchic in a way. And I think it's just so cool to see One Extra do what they do.
I love One Extra.
I do as well.
Love it.
But yeah, I think for me, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. For me, grime and rap and all that, like growing with that, and just I just was obsessed with like Rich 32 and Chip and Stormzy. I love Stormzy before he went a bit mainstream, and I grew with that. And I think seeing grime come back, seeing what AG Online is doing,
I know.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm stepping into my grime bag next year. Seriously,
I know.
I can't wait.
What do you think of Grime Scene Saviours?
It's good. Yeah. I really like it. I think it's the beginning of something, because that's
bringing it back.
It's bringing it back. It's what like Lord of the Mics used to do back in the day, but they used to do that in like dusty stairwells with like a like an old camera, and
not as clean.
It's not as clean. It was very rural. It was very expressive. It was very authentic. It was very, very, very like grassroots.
Yeah,
you know. And I think what like Chip did with that is like he's taken that and kind of that influence of old school grime and reproduced something that just felt like completely nostalgic.
It was great, yeah,
it was amazing. So you're stepping into your grime bag as well?
Yeah, 140 grime.
Yeah, 140 grime.
Yeah, nice.
I think same way, definitely. I see like I love like the underground stuff as well, you know, like kind of soft grime. I love like, do you know that song by Skepta, Bullet from a Gun?
Yeah.
Favourite song.
Big tune.
I'm obsessed with it.
Big tune.
That whole album. I'm obsessed with it.
What else do you want for next year?
We were talking about this last week, weren't we? I think, I want to get festival bookings. Not like you're already doing festivals. Sharan Deep's on big time festivals. I'm trying to be like you. I want to do festivals. I want to do more like warehousey stuff. I'm definitely wanting to like refine my sound and play in more dancey spaces and still play the music that I love in terms of like a bashment, Afrobeat, reggae and all that. But kind of take that and apply it to like what I said about fusing like South Asian music with electronic music. I want to do that with all sorts of music. I just want to keep it eclectic, but be able to play to a crowd that's expecting dance music and electronic music. You know?
And twisting it and giving them something different.
100%.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah,
next year,
same, like festivals and warehouses. Like I played at Blackstone Warehouse a few weeks ago for Sammy Vergi.
Yeah,
right?
you did.
And
you did.
Oh my God, it was the biggest crowd I've played to. It was like, and then I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was going to be big. Didn't think it'd be that big. It was huge. And I just feel like that made me want to do more. It's the most addictive feeling ever, seeing that many people dancing to your tunes, that many people responding to you. It just like kind of changed the game for me a bit, because I was like, wow, this is what it could be like going forward, like having that many people to actually listen to you, know your name. My name was in these massive lights on the ceiling. It was like the best feeling ever. and I want to chase that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That's so sick as well, like to be able to play to that many people in such a wholesome city and a wholesome space. And I feel like Sammy Virgie as well, like the music that he plays and the vibe of everything he does is just so positive and just feel good.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video that's been going around of that guy making a sandwich and he's kind of cut Sammy Virgie's head and he's like that and it's just I don't know, you just see Sammy Virgie feel good.
Yeah, feel good.
And he's a classic example of pushing out a vibe and a feeling, you know?
Yeah.
So it's important to,
And I need to stop getting into like myself when I'm playing because sometimes I'm concentrating and I've just got this like concentrating face on and I'm not looking up sometimes and I'm really like, I just need to like experience and feel the event more and like really like enjoy myself rather than like concentrating on the music. Yeah. I just need to embrace it all a bit more.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that comes with time also. Like, be kind to yourself in terms of how much pressure you're putting on yourself, but also it's like you're perfecting a craft as well. And I think like it's important to put effort into it and concentrate and stuff. But there's a balance. There's definitely a balance to be had.
Definitely.
100%. So we're seeing a lot more diversity across lineups. We've got, especially with South Asian DJs and producers and stuff. So we've got Sammy Virgie, Had a Dream, Jotty, Artie, Sharan. So do you think that the increase in South Asian DJs across lineups in London, in Liverpool, and in all these spaces is going to encourage more young South Asian DJs and producers to want to get into music more?
Yeah, of course. Seeing someone that looks like you on a lineup will inspire you, will give you that hope that that could also be you. My inspirations were Hannah Wants and Annie Mac, so people that didn't look. I mean, we shared that we were both like women, but I didn't have that sort of direct representation growing up.
Yeah,
but now I do. Now I have these inspirations, and it makes me want to work harder because I know that could also be me. And that's why I think it's really, really important to give back to community through like DJ workshops and to teach up and like the new generation how to DJ and show them that could also be them.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of bedroom DJs. They don't have the space to like actually leave the bedroom and play out to people, and they might not know how to get on lineups or how to make that step into actually taking DJing as a job. So
and being allowed to take it seriously, you know.
Yeah. How did you find teaching the other week?
Teaching, I'm.
Do you do it often?
I do one-to-ones.
Yeah,
I do one-to-ones, and in the other like job that I do, I teach also. We're not going to go into that today. I'm here as a DJ and a podcast host today.
But she also does many other things.
I do many of them. I'm very multifaceted, aren't I, Sharan?
You are?
But yeah, I'm used to teaching. I'm used to speaking. I'm used to dictating. No, but yeah, I'm used to kind of creating a good environment to learn in. But I think I used to do cocktail masterclasses in when I was a bartender.
Did you?
Yeah, and I think teaching a DJ workshop is very similar in that you have to be entertaining and kind of you have to engage. Yeah, you have to engage. Because I remember when I did the first one, because I can be quite like I don't know, like an English teacher where I'm just like, this is this and that is that, and be very matter of fact about it. But I think it's you have to kind of loosen up a little bit and be fun, be outgoing, be entertaining, control the kind of vibe in the room. I think especially with older people, it's easy to kind of lose their attention in a way. You just have to keep it going. And I think there was a moment where I got a little bit nervous, and then I was like, no, I've got to bring it back because Like,
Because you're Amber Rose.
Because I'm Amber Rose, and I've got to be Amber Rose all the time. There's no days off.
No days off.
You teach as well,
Yeah.
don't you? Well, how's that for you?
I teach We Get Away Girls and back in Leeds for young women. But I also teach with Dex in the City, which is cool.
Big up.
Big up Dex in the City for creating the space for young people in Liverpool to really to learn how to DJ and give them the opportunity to do that. But I love teaching. I think I'm good at it in a way that I make sure that they have the time to actually have a go and make mistakes. And I'm just so like passionate about them having space to just learn and play, because you can't just learn how to DJ in one session. Yeah, you can learn how to do the buttons and stuff, but it's a process. It's a very long process.
Yeah, and such a big part of like learning to DJ is practicing.
It's practice, exactly. And if you're just teaching and they're all stood around you and they're not having a go, and you're just like, yeah, well, this does this and this button does this, and there's an effect on this, and they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's so cool, but they can't do it.
I feel like workshops as well, because everybody's learning at different rates, and it's like you could have somebody there that's learning really quickly and is finding it really easy, but you could have someone that's not learning as quickly and is not finding it as easy, and then can only compare themselves to
Other
the
people.
person that's doing the best. And that's why I enjoy one-to-ones more, because you know what rate they're learning at and where they're at, you know.
How did your group was quite big, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it was very big. It was I stepped in, so there's a the two girls who set up this all-female DJ workshop called Raise the BPM in Box Park.
Yeah.
And,
how was that last night?
Yeah, it was
good.
It was good. It was really good. It was a six-week program, and I stepped in for Gaia, who's teaching it in week 2. And there was a lot of girls there, and it was kind of like we had 2 hours. We went through the kind of basics, but I think for a group that big, like, you definitely need more time.
Yeah.
Or less people, and I think because it's important to with DJ, something like DJing, where it's very technical and it's very like it can be very overwhelming. You need to be able to keep an eye on everyone individually, and it's and again, like, having to entertain and do that as well. But it's so much fun to teach. It really is. It's very gratifying as well, because with them lot, Raise the BPM, I taught week 2, and then last night we had the showcase, and I hadn't seen any of them play since the second week, and just
were they amazing?
They were amazing, just to see how much they progressed and what they all like, the energy they all had, and how they all performed. It was just it was incredible. It was really beautiful.
I know, ours is tonight.
Yeah,
so,
I know, we're going, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're playing together.
Yeah, we're playing together.
Oh, it's 11/11. Make a wish.
Oh,
make a wish, guys.
I'm wishing all the best for you.
I'm wishing all the best for you. I wished all the best for you.
Did you?
Yeah. But yeah, I think teaching is so important, and I'd love there to be just that permanent space in Liverpool, which just allows people to learn,
and that's
whenever
more accessible
they want
as well.
Because there's pirate studios, but
No.
Not
for, well, I mean, obviously to practice, it's amazing, but I remember going there.
Oh, it was scary.
Yeah.
The one in Liverpool is scary.
The one in Liverpool is scary, and it's really out the way as well. I remember going there when I was just starting out, and I only had like a really small DJ 400 or something, XDJ 400, or I can't remember the name of it. And it was about that big.
Yeah.
And it was all rickety and plastic. And I thought, you know what, I need to practice on CDJ. So I went up there. I went to Pirate Studios with my laptop, because I didn't have a USB at that point.
Yeah.
I went with my laptop, and I just took my laptop and a couple of wires with me. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
Anna.
I haven't got a clue what to do. Now I'd know what to do, but I did not have a clue. I was trying to hook up my laptop to this bloody mixer, and I didn't know what was going on. And I remember messaging the tech guy, because you can you can get someone to come, and he was like, "What are you trying to do?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, help! I don't know what I'm doing." And
I know.
I couldn't do anything. But I think, a really big part of teaching somebody how to DJ is the logistics of it.
And the technicalities
invoices,
and everything. I just think this is what I've done in my workshops recently, is teach them things that I wish I was taught when I remember using CDJs for the first time, but when I was practicing before, I was on my little controller, and I looked at the CDJ and I was like, that doesn't look like the controller.
Yeah.
Like, why is this not doing what the controller does?
No.
It's a completely different, game, CDJs. It's club equipment, and going from a bedroom DJ to having these decks, the principles are the same, but it's so intimidating.
Yeah.
And when I teach now, I make sure to tell them how to format a USB correctly, how to make sure it doesn't corrupt, how to get your music safely.
Yeah, I think I need to know some of these things. I don't even know some of these things.
And tell him, make sure that they don't make the same mistakes that I did.
Yeah.
Which I wish someone told me.
Yeah, that's all that we can do. I think as well, I had to learn a lot from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so impersonal, and I think it's really good to have a mentor to be able to ask questions to, and to be able to discuss things with, and actually ask for help when you need it, because DJing is a skill. It is something that you need to learn, and it is something that is difficult to learn at the beginning. And if practice makes perfect, and you're practicing in the wrong way, or you're stumbling over things, and that's why a lot of people give up.
Yeah,
you
can
stay
get put
in
off
the bedroom
so quickly.
Yeah,
it's all about confidence, and if something can just tip you over and you lose your confidence for the rest of the set.
Yeah,
we were talking about prepping sets the other day.
Yeah,
and how if you get the vibe wrong, and you haven't brought enough music or something, it can really set you off and make you lose confidence.
It can shake you up.
It can proper shake you up, especially if there's if you clear a crowd, or you clang, or
and it takes time to kind of get back on track. So if you're doing an hour set and you're 15 minutes in and something's rocked your confidence, it's kind of I've felt anyway in the past. We don't manifest. Do you know what I mean? We speak in past tense about problems.
Yeah.
I used to feel like if I was 15 minutes into a set and I'd kind of lose my confidence or my momentum.
Yeah.
That by the time I got it back, I was nearly finished. And it's really it's very. There's a couple of times where I've finished the set and I'm really disappointed in myself, because I let something, not because I messed up, but because I let the mess up the rest of the set. So I think, prepping sets for big things where you feel like you might lose your confidence, or kind of, I don't know, I think something that isn't spoken about at all, and I mean, this is kind of my strategy and what I do. And I definitely have like a preset ritual.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll listen, when I'm on the train to Manchester or something, I'll listen to meditation stuff on in my headphones on the train, and I'm like that, just proper zened out. Or I always do gratitude practice and give thanks for what I have and the opportunities that I get. What else do I do? I like to have I don't really drink coffee that much. I mean this is decaf, guys, I'm not lying. But I drink a lot of green tea, and I find the buzz that it gives me is really I love it. The confidence it gives me. And I think if I haven't done what I feel is necessary to do the set well, I can get a bit superstitious and I'm oh, I haven't done that, maybe I'm gonna mess up.
Yeah.
But I think that is a really good analogy, or kind of a bigger kind of ratio of what we all experience in terms of performing is I haven't done this, am I gonna mess up?
Yeah.
In prepping a set, are you prepping a set, or are you convinced, are you cognitively convincing yourself that you are prepared and you're gonna be fine
Yeah.
by preparing, or if you kind of let loose and play when you know when you're in like small spaces and you haven't prepped a set and you play incredibly.
Yeah.
I know you know what I'm talking about as well. And like, what if you had that same confidence when you stepped out into a massive crowd? Do you know what I mean? Like, what needs to happen for you to get from point A to point B? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I definitely had like a turning point when I started doing what you did and preparing myself before a set.
Yeah.
I was playing in London for the first time, and my set was at like 1 a.m. and I started to, well, I'll sort my music out. It's 12 o'clock. You should never do that an hour before your set.
No.
Put my USB in, it corrupted, right? As in like before the set had happened, and I lost all my music. Came to London with one USB. Really bad. That's a proper like rookie mistake. Like proper, just, it was bad.
I go everywhere with one USB.
Don't do
and
that.
I get shouted at for it all the time.
Well,
big up Ripe, they gave us free a USB, so yeah, I'm gonna utilize that.
And I had to call the promoter, and I'm like, it's half an hour until my set, and I was like, you're gonna have to like push it back because I have no music yet. I'm trying to sort it out. I was panicking, I was stressing. Ended up getting to the venue, didn't know what I was gonna do. Gaia was there, helped me out massively that night, and I'll just never forget it because it ended up being one of my best sets yet. Helped me out.
Yeah.
Was all fine in the end. Shows how like DJs just help each other in really sticky situations. But then ever since then I was like, nope, I am not doing that. Any preparation I'm gonna do will be the day before, or it'll be several hours before.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go in confident. I'm never going to feel like that again.
Yeah.
Because that did throw me off. So I'm always going to step into a set feeling like, you know what?
I've got this. Yeah.
That's not going to happen again.
Yeah. So
I do come with 10 USBs now.
I actually need to see you influence me so much because I've reorganized my music. Yeah. I'm now going to get a backup USB. Yeah. I'm going to definitely prep the day before and not the hour before because, I'm saying that's not a good idea. But do I do that every time I do a set? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know.
Well,
Ripe giving us them USBs. Ripe, was this... The way we were treated as DJs that night was insane. I never felt so, like looked after.
Like a team player.
It was a proper team. Yeah. Like they gave us these USB, little goodie bag, like with a shirt on, with our names on. And it was just so, it was like the kindest thing I've like got from a gig kind of thing. Like you weren't treated like, oh, you're DJ, like get on, play, then leave. It was so welcoming. And I really, really enjoyed that set.
Yeah, we need more welcoming spaces because it's very like you come, you play, you go kind of thing quite often. But so being based in like the North, Leeds, Liverpool, what do you have any suggestions on how we can facilitate more creative spaces for South Asian music, for like Black music, for any like minorities that are passionate about DJing, music producing?
I think it just comes down to having them third spaces and having also the spaces where people can come together, they can talk about music and they can talk about ideas, be creative, and having the opportunities to learn new skills. It doesn't have to be DJing. It could be they could want to produce, but getting the equipment and getting the software, it all comes down to like finances, and it comes down to having that lack of opportunity to learn things. And we just need more spaces in the North where we don't need to feel restricted. And because I feel like a lot of opportunities are down south, and that's why a lot of people move down there, and it just becomes a bit of a...
It's expensive to move down there, though.
It's a bit of a rat race as well, like...
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, no, it is.
What do you think?
It's definitely a rat race. I think that it's growing. I think all that we can do as DJs is make sure that we're kind of doing things like this, where we're speaking about it, we're making everybody, and I mean everybody, aware of how scarce these spaces are and how needed they are in to make people feel comfortable in what they are comfortable with in themselves, you know. So yeah, we definitely going forward need to make sure that we're like facilitating that,
supporting local venues, grassroots collectives, buying tickets.
Yeah, not asking for guest list every time you have a chance.
Just I know it's hard. It is hard. We're like living in a really weird time at the moment for the nightlife industry is, you know, really suffering. But yeah, so we've got to wrap up quickly. So just one last question for you, Sharan. What DJs like that inspire you should we be looking out for in 2025? Amber Rose.
Me?
Yeah. I think you're amazing.
I think you're amazing as well.
I really do. You're so inspiring. Like, I have to check up on you like every other day. Like, I need to see what's going on, what you're doing next. And you're just amazing. And I'm teaching a few young people at the moment that are like, you can tell they're a DJ.
Like it's in
them. The personality, the drive, everything. They blow my mind every week. I can just tell they're gonna be big.
Yeah.
Other people that inspire me, obviously Gaia, Girls Don't Sing. The rate they've just like blown up is, and you can see all the hard work they put in. It's so inspiring. Artie, she brought me in some Rinse FM, and ever since then it's just been like
love Artie.
And I just like just want to thank them for like giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
What about you? Who's your inspirations?
Who's my inspirations? Definitely you. Definitely you. I love the way that I think you're just so clean-hearted and so like there's such a pure energy around why you DJ and what you do, and as you say, like the community-based stuff that you do, it is very inspiring because I think you can forget to kind of give back and just be so caught up in keeping the momentum and making sure that you're okay. So yeah, definitely you. I can't wait to see what you do in 2025. It's going to be incredible. Well, I just feel like we're both going to smash it next year. And in terms of, to be honest, it's more like I just can't wait to see what grime is going to do in 2025, to be honest, and how it's going to fuse with other like genres of music. But yeah, I think that's all we've got time for today. But Sharan, thank you so much for coming in. I've had such a lovely time chatting with you today. Time. Are you happy?
I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Good.
Yeah. Should we get some lunch after this?
Yeah.
Shall we? I'm a bit hungry.
Yeah, me too.
Well, guys, this has been Liverpool Music City's High Visibility podcast, and I've had a lovely time. I hope you've enjoyed listening. If you've stayed listening to the podcast this far, thank you. I hope we've educated, given you some insights, and given you some good ideas.
And don't like hesitate to like DM us or anything.
Yeah. Speak for yourself. No, I'm joking.
Or me, if you want to learn, or if you want to just like...
and me as well, I'm joking. Yeah.
If you just want to have a chat.
Yeah. Any advice, we're here.
Yeah.
We are here for you. We are for the people.
We're for the people.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, guys.